I hope that as NBA fans, we can all agree that we were robbed of a generational performance and postseason debut from Zion Williams. Because in the playing game, this man dropped 40 points just to get hurt, and then he was out for the rest of the season. And I'm going to stand on the point that I made a lot this season. I said that the Pelicans were to match up with the Thunder, they would upset them. And obviously they got swept. So that wasn't really the best take of mine. But if Zion Williamson was playing, I think that makes all the difference because the Thunder could not stop Jonas Valanciunas. Imagine if they had Zion in that mix. Like, come on. Anyways, in today's video, we're going to be discussing what the Pelicans need to do to move forward this offseason, what went wrong, what they should do, what I would do if I was the GM for them. And what were some bright spots this season? Zion Williamson's health was a bright spot this season until the playoffs, but you can't really blame him. Like, this man was doing everything in his power. CJ McCollum, he's getting up there in age. Brandon Ingram, he was dealing with injuries this year. I don't know if Brandon Ingram is going to be on this team next year because if you saw his body language in the playing games when he was benched because he was coming back from injury. Not happy. I don't think Brandon Ingram's happy in New Orleans. So I would honestly look at the Brandon Ingram trade market. But his value is a little bit. I mean, he's averaging 25 and 5. I mean, come on. Pascal Siakam doing the same thing. He has a lot of value. I mean, the only difference is Siakam's a way better defender, and Brandon Ingram is a little bit of a chuck. I won't lie. But anyways, we'll explore the Brandon Ingram trade market. CJ McCollum, as I said, getting up there in age, but I think he's a good fit in New Orleans, so I won't touch that. Jonas Valanciunas, he has the option to leave in free agency. It would definitely be very interesting, but I feel like he would stay in New Orleans. That's just my opinion. Herb Jones, he should be the defensive player of the year. He's the best perimeter defender in the NBA, if you ask me. He's staying here. I mean, I can't believe there was rumors of him possibly being traded. I mean, I had to talk about those rumors, and I was egging it on because I was hoping the Kings would get him. But no, this man should not be traded. He's perfect. He's a perfect fit. Larry Nance Jr., keep him. I mean, $11 million is a little much, but Dyson Daniels, Trey Murphy the third. My goodness, this dude does not miss. I mean, he is a building block going forward. Jordan Hawkins is definitely a building block going forward. I mean, we saw what he was doing in the beginning of the year when the Pelicans weren't healthy. Now that he has a year of NBA experience, oh yeah. I definitely like him long term with the Pelicans. I think when you move on from CJ McCollum, hopefully Dyson Daniels can develop into something. But I'm sorry to be the one to say this, but Brandon Ingram trade is necessary. And when they trade him, they need to trade him to the Atlanta Hawks for DeJounte Murray. Because DeJounte Murray, imagine a lineup of DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas next year. Wouldn't that be something? Yes, it would be something. I mean, DeJounte Murray is very, very good. He would have the ball in his hand a lot. McCollum can play off ball where he's more comfortable. Let's just make sure it works in the trade finder for money. I mean, I'm not going to go in depth about it. Oh, it failed? So the Hawks need to get rid of another $3 million in this trade. Who else would they want? AJ Griffin? I mean, I would want him too. You know what? Not saying this is going to happen, but we'll just put AJ Griffin in here to make the money work. All right, the money works. All right, so I would do a DeJounte Murray for Brandon Ingram deal because the Pelicans struggle in the half-court offense since they really don't have a great playmaker. CJ McCollum's better off ball. You put him back off ball at the 2, Herb Jones at the 3, Zion at the 4, Valanciunas at the 5. I like that makeup of the team a lot better. Jordan Hawkins would be very, very good next to DeJounte Murray long term. Obviously, McCollum's going to age out. And that's just something you got to plan for. And Jordan Hawkins would fill that perfectly, given how good of a shooter he is. He's not a cone on defense. I mean, he's not the greatest defender, but I've seen a lot worse defenders. Then you could also put Trey Murphy in the mix instead. I mean, realistically, unless you're playing a team with a great center, you could run Zion at the 5 a lot and just have Murray, McCollum, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and Zion. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But there's also other teams you could look at for a Brandon Ingram trade, but I think DeJounte Murray's the necessity target for the Pelicans this offseason. They struggled in half court with their offense. They could not get set. DeJounte Murray's a good defender. There's just so much to love about DeJounte Murray on the Pelicans team. They need a guy to just control the offense constantly, and that's exactly what he would do. But for Brandon Ingram, I don't know who would really want him. I mean, Miami Heat would be interesting, but definitely not going to happen. There's just not really many teams that would want him. But I could see a Trae Young, Brandon Ingram duo in Atlanta. So that's what I would do. There's not much else to do for the Pelicans. You just got to hope that you're healthy. You give Zion experiment one more season, though, because if he can't stay healthy, I don't know. But we just saw, I think it's really worth it. What we saw in the playing game is enough to say, oh, yeah, if Zion, I mean, this was his most healthy season so far. It's not like he's going to go from playing 10 games in the season to playing all of them. I mean, it's a work in progress. But hey, if we can potentially get Zion to be healthy for a whole season and see what he can do in a postseason series, I would be very, very inclined, if I was a Pelicans fan, to take as long as it can. But I do think you need to get a point guard that can defend at a high level. And I think DeJounte Murray is that missing piece. And I think Brandon Ingram, there's just too much conflict with him. So I would trade him. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Pelicans season, what they need to do this offseason. I think there's only one move to make. And then you got to re-sign a bunch of people. But yeah, we're not really caring about all that right now. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Go watch my other videos, Phoenix Suns video, Lakers video, Warriors video. I mean, those three teams are very popular when talking about stuff. Kings video, Bulls video, Heat video. There's a bunch of videos out. So yeah, go to explore my channel. Yeah, y'all have a good one. Bye.